then there was one trying to double down, trying to do what only Tom Meents has done since this World Finals started 11 years ago, and that's win both on the same night, racing and freestyle, Dennis Anderson and Gravedigger. And you know, as he comes out in the track mark, I'm thinking, who is more nervous now, Charlie or Dennis? And I gotta believe it's Charlie, because if you're Dennis, you're either gonna win it or one of your best friends and one of your teammates, a Team Gravedigger driver, is gonna win it.
Look at this, man.
I mean, Dennis is playing with house money.
Yeah, I realize he's playing with house money, but here is the thing. That move right there, that's not customary for Dennis. He knows he's got to keep it going. Hammer down, throttle on, make it horsepower. He's got to do jumps like this and hope that it doesn't sneak up on him and bite him.
Charlie, he's already got the shit.
He's ready. Hang on here. Look at the onboard here with Dennis. He's still trying, turning the power on and off to see what's happening.
We mentioned the 2007 World Freestyle Championship being won by Captain's Curse. The guy who drove Captain's Curse that night was this man, Pablo Huffaker, in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. And you talk about somebody who just wants to be sure he's here. He has driven Blacksmith here. He is driven, of course, Gravedigger here the year Dennis Anderson was hurt. We talked about Captain's Curse. Here he is in the Turtle. You know, one year, our Blacksmith went back and pulled Raging Steel out of the back and came out here.
What a year that was, wasn't it? But Pablo is a very calculated driver. Again, he's had the ability to watch everybody else, and he is extremely technical when it goes to his freestyle moves. He wants to make the full 90 plus his bonus time and then give a fan show as well.
He was spectacular when he won the World Championship in 07, but you just hit the key. He was so technical, he and all the air gave the judges every single thing they were looking for when he won this thing in 2007. And he'll try and do it again here.
That was a nice move right there.
I'll tell you, the bar has been raised so high by George Balhan and Steve Sims. You had better come out. And now the problem is, after seeing what Balhan and Sims has done, nobody can like take the first 30 seconds off just to set it up. You better come out strong. And you've got to get into bonus time. Look at Pablo!
That was a rough landing.
There goes the shell.
Well, he just shook the shell. That's fine. He's ready to go.
Just getting started now. He's lighter. Now he can fly higher, right? Oh, wait a minute. Truck, though.
Well, let's remember this. This is Vegas.
There it is.
Maximum destruction.
And this is the man who owns the place. 8-time world champion. 4 of them come in freestyle, 4 in racing. Tom Meents, Maximum Destruction.
You don't think he's hungry now after losing the final race to his arch rival, Dennis? He wants to take this trophy away from Anderson for sure.
Right now he's got to try and get away from Pauken first. Dennis is the only man back in the lane to come out onto the track. So we're down to our final 2. Oh, that's a negative. He put it in reverse. And again, you know, in some big stadiums you can get away with that. It's tough to do it here. Oh,
that's big here.
That's how you come back.
Uh-oh. Come on, Tom, you got this.
What a
Classic
save!
Meents.
What a save! We talked about Balhan being nervous when Charlie was out there. Charlie's nervous now because Tom is going off. And one of the big questions ever is, can Tom fill the clock? Can he go into bonus time? You know he's going to be amazing.
And that's the other thing we're talking about all night long. He may be able to fill the time. He may be able to go bigger than Pauken. Will his truck be able to withstand the punishment? You know he's going to give it.
Coming through for Tom Meents, getting close to filling the clock, and this is where it starts getting real nervous for our leader, Charlie Pauken.
He's got one of the things I've noticed. Oh no, hang on, Meents.
Could not pull it out of that one, and Pauken dodges a major bullet. No way. I'm sure I'd argue that point with him. Didn't deserve to win, probably, but maybe he should have got another point or two. That was like, maybe. Oh no, Adam's in trouble. Adam Anderson. Oh my goodness. There is a reason Team Gravedigger is the most elite core of drivers this sport has ever seen. When we get to World Finals, we're not going to leave guys this great on the bench, so they end up making deals with other teams. Here's Chad Tingler, an outstanding Team Gravedigger driver, driving for the Spider-Man outfit, and I want to see this one because Chad has been here before.
Yes, Yes, absolutely, Scott. He has. If you think about this, go back a year ago when Adam Anderson couldn't compete anymore in Taz, he hopped in as Adam asked him to drive his Taz truck.
Well, and before that, when he drove the Monster Mutt Dalmatian,
right.
Maybe the biggest leap we've ever seen here, when he leaped over 3. It was a triple he hit that night.
That was an amazing night, something I'm sure we will never see again, and he's able to put that notch in his belt.
Doesn't seem real. Something's not right here. I mean, he's bumping into wall protection, and it's not like Chad. Well, maybe he just wanted the momentum. Look at that air.
Oh, man. Oh,
no.
my.
Wow. Can he land it? Can he land it? Boy, that was a crash. If you've never seen the Monster Mutt Dalmatian live, see your crew chief out there? He's going to throw the bone and get it started. And, you know, it's part of the fun, but it's also, it is so competitive, and the 24 best are here, Mark. You need any hook you can get.
Absolutely you do, and Candace, she has always said, hey, are you guys ready to let the dogs out? So you know what she means about that. She is getting some big air all year long, and she loves freestyling in that Monster Mutt Dalmatian.
Starts out with big air right there. Candace Jolly, her second appearance here at the NGK Sparkplugs Monster Jam World Freestyle Finals. Well, this truck is so popular through 2 days of pit parties at the Double Down, and then at today's big pit party.
Man.
Oh, no. She has such a big following, but they didn't want to see that. And that, look at that, that destroyed that tire.
Both of the tires on the front.
Damon Bradshaw, the reigning world freestyle champion in the U.S. Air Force Afterburner. Mark, first thing I want to mention is this. In 2001 and 2002, Tom Meents won back-to-back World Freestyle Championships. Not only is it the only time that's ever happened, as a general rule, drivers the year after they've won the championship have fell flat on their face the next year.
You're
so
right.
David's got a lot of pressure here, and I like the start. He's going to be out of single digits, we know that, because he's rolling. By the way, the JB on the truck, and of course, for Jesse Barden, his crew chief, who won the championship with him a year ago, who of course passed away in the offseason, and it's been a cease of dedication.
Very difficult.
You know, he's looking out from upstairs, and David wants to win this for him. And that, you know, David wants it worse this year than he did last year. Yeah. Oh,
that was a sweet move right there.
This guy, I mean, it's just natural. He's only been at the Monster Jam part of the game for, what, 4 or 5 years now?
Very, very talented driver. Coming out of the Supercross, the way he sits in that truck is just like sitting on his two-wheel bike. He handles this truck with 1,500 horsepower and 10,000 pounds of weight like he is driving his Supercross bike. Amazing.
Well, you make the point. He really does, and he takes that same attitude. He always intended to be the biggest, the fastest, the best, and show people stuff they hadn't seen in Supercross. It just goes right into Monster Jam.
Well, and he can say, for the past year, he has been the best at freestyle.
Had some big victories this season along the way, but this is the one he wants most.
He's in bonus time right now, Scott, so he's got to step it up here if he wants to pass up Charlie Pauken, because he's got good stuff, but he doesn't have enough to pass up Charlie.
I just can't get out of my mind the image of that biggest leap from Pauken. I don't think anybody can beat that unless they go higher. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm not a judge.
Well, they can do it twice if they can get the truck to stay together.
There you go. In bonus
that
time.
count?
But I guess let's get back to my original point. This is one of the best runs we've ever seen from a defending world champion. And even if he doesn't take the lead, I'm going to tip my hat to Damon on it, because it's so tough to come back and do it again on this course. And Damon's doing it. This is in the league of what he did here last year.
It absolutely is. And again, like last year, hats off to that crew. They're keeping this truck together. And last year, he had a spectacular freestyle. There's no question about it. That's why he won. Uh-oh. That might get him, though. That's going to sneak up on him. Sure enough, the same spot.
Oh, he almost landed that. Oh, my goodness. Here's another guy certainly with the capabilities of winning this whole thing. Lindsey Wink in the Built Ford Tough Blue Thunder.
Scott, you know, they debuted this truck. It was a brand new truck they debuted this year here in Minneapolis.
Lindsey Wink has finished among the top 5. He's never won the championship, but he has been knocking on the door before. But if you're going to break through tonight, you better come up with one of the all-time great performances, because that's exactly what Charlie Pauken has done in pursuit of his elusive first world title. He's sitting there now. And you know, it's almost like a golfer in the clubhouse. If you put up the big number, Charlie's put up the big number. Now, let Tiger and Phil come after it. That number's there. They got to beat what Charlie did.
And there's always
that includes Lindsey, Tom, Dennis, Adam, all the guys to come. Damon, they're all still to come.
It's always a first for you. Have I never, ever heard golf Monster Jam being compared to golf? I'll leave it to you, Scott Douglas. Yeah, this is like the Masters of Monster Jam, right?
Well, it doesn't get any bigger.
No,
so
sir,
that's your point.
Oh, that was a nice move.
You're absolutely right. They won't give him a green jacket, but
no, sir, but he's going to walk away with a big trophy.
That's right. If he can hold it, whoever comes out of here is the world champ. And Lindsey's putting on a great show. Again, I don't know that I would want this spot after Charlie Pauken, though. That's the tough part. It's too fresh in the judge's mind. If Lindsey doesn't go higher, how does he beat him?
Oh man, he's almost got a full. He almost had a full 360-degree backflip, the same place that Nitro Circus did.
George Balhan, the Mohawk Warrior, brings out his Escalade. And Mark, as George gets started here, Chad Fortune was kind of disappointed with his score of 15. Guess what? Superman driver's still in the hot seat. He's still the leader.
He absolutely is. George Balhan, he has been hungry all year long. He wants a major freestyle title, and you know that this boy is going to go for it. He is the punk with all the right junk, man.
This guy has been on a roll of finishing second, and he almost is starting to bristle when we talk about him being a bridesmaid so many times. And but it's not a bad thing. No. It shows how great he's been, but he just hasn't quite had his big night on a night when a Dennis or a Tom is off a little bit. And even when he's been spectacular, it seems like somebody goes a little better. But we've been seeing this from George all year. Great flow, great momentum right off the bat.
Well, and the cool thing for George, he's lucky enough in the draw of his order in freestyle. He's been able to see what these other trucks have been doing, how this track has been hurting these trucks, so he's going to drive it accordingly, and he's gotten to have a bit of an education, a precursor of what's to come, so maybe it'll really afford him the opportunity to step it up and get up into the big numbers.
It is such a dichotomy here. It's so tough to make the call when you're trying to win this championship. If you go out here and putt around for 90 seconds and say, give me the bonus, you won't get any scores, but as we've seen, if you make the mistake trying to go too big, you're done early. Still, they'll be in single digits. Now, George is doing it right because he's got a nice balance here. I think he can go bigger, and I think we'll see him really air it out, but he has gotten a nice flow, giving us some big moves. He's hitting all the obstacles, and that's one thing the judges will require.
And this right here, that move, you were saying hitting all the obstacles. What a great combo move that was there with that, what we would call, I guess, 3 steps, kind of like the whoops, the Monster Jam whoops.
Yeah, they're the biggest whoops I've ever seen if we're going to go with that. Nice air. I just was pretty much a straight sky wheelie. He pulls it back down. Not necessarily a spectacular save, but he pulled it back down. And so far, very few drivers have done that.
Keep in mind, that's the racing lane that's coming off of the track. Wow, here we go.
Oh, he is going. No, he's not.
He's got this, Scott.
Listen to this place.
Oh, you know he's got to be jacked now. He is. Look, his steering wheel's up. He is happening happy.
Enjoy your time in the hot seat, Chad Fortune, because it's coming to an end. Wow. Well, as you can tell, Jimmy's been sick all weekend, too, but he did a great performance. Here comes the driver who we have called the most impressive, the best driver never to win a world championship, and I'll stand by that statement. It's this guy. It's Charlie Pauken in Monster Mutt.
The most nervous guy in the house right now should be Charlie Pauken because he's going out to do his freestyle. It's Balhan.
George knows what Charlie's capable of. Another Team Gravedigger driver who switches to the Monster Mutt for this event here in Las Vegas.
You know, and what's key here, Scott, he can go out there and do the freestyle of his life here in 10 seconds and lose it all. What he needs to be certain of is to do the freestyle of his life and hope and pray that he has got all the nuts and bolts tight on that truck and his equipment stays together. Come on, Chucky! There you go.
That's a great shot at Jim Kohler for this reason, Mark. You also a driver driving the Felon and the Devastator truck. You know how popular Charlie is among his peers. Jimmy's just cheering like the rest of the guys are up there cheering for him. Everybody except Balhan, and if he wasn't in the hot seat, he'd be cheering for him.
Yeah, I think Balhan's probably cheering just quietly.
Look at this.
He doesn't want to admit to it.
Awesome. Now, I mentioned the drivers. You know, they come up to, there it is. There's a shot of the driver's line. You see Mark McDonald, Toro Loco.
Oh, man! My reaction's their reaction.
There's Ryan Anderson. Yeah, you can take a Scott
Hartsock. He's stoked.
Another guy who's pumped up from Charlie. And Charlie's going for it now. And I think this is what it's going to take. Remember, Balhan got a perfect 5 bonus points. Somebody needs to beat him in regulation, and Pauken is going for it right here. A couple more big moves, and we may have a new leader.
What Pauken has done right here, what I'm seeing different from everybody else, he is coming down where you're at and towards the turn in the finish line.
Bonus time.
Using that huge horsepower and staying with it, that perpetual motion. You just said he's in bonus time. Charlie Pauken is on his way to take this away from Balhan, I'm afraid.
He is going for it, that is for sure. Look at this. Now, can he do something to get 4 or 5 bonus points just to make sure? Not only now, it's not only about George Balhan. I think we both think he's probably going to get the lead. Now, you got guys named Anderson and Mentz behind you. You need to put a number way up there, and Charlie's going for it. Look at Pauken.
The most impressive thing with this for me so far, Scott, his motion, his fluidity, the way he's been constantly moving, never slowed down. Uh-oh, this might be it, though. Hang on, Charlie, hang on.